In this COVID-19 pandemic, as we try to struggle through every aspect of it in this part of lockdown, we have to prepare for the patients who are going to come to our healthcare centers. All of you have heard these particular terms, which are the three pillars of fighting this pandemic. Place, that means the healthcare facility; personnel, which is the healthcare personnel which are going to help us fight it; and protective equipment, or PPE. PPE stands for personal protective equipment, which is a fancy name for the gear required for the healthcare worker to be able to stand in front of patients so that they don't get affected. This word PPE also has become very common because clearly tabloids, online references and many other platforms have talked about it. Why is it important? Let us understand briefly that even to both healthcare personnel and lay people, why is it important? They say prepare your facilities for the onslaught of patients which were to follow, which means prepare your healthcare workers with protective equipment so they don't get affected. They can have the courage to go forward and do their job. You can save them because they are not going out of the workforce, and you can protect them as valuable resources who will keep coming back day after day to help you to fight this pandemic. Why is this important? If we don't protect them, they will go like flies. Anyway, we are a country where we have limited healthcare personnel. We have limited, very good trained personnel. They are also in a state of worry and panic. They have families. So when you send them to the front line in a highly infective condition, if human being is staying 1 meter away from human being in social lockdown, they have to be empowered that if they have to go on hands-on care, they have the armor that a warrior needs to go to a war. This armor is this personal protective equipment. To understand it simply, it's a bunch of technical things. It's a goggle, it's a particular type of mask, it is a particular type of gown which doesn't allow water to come in, it is shoe covers, and all of this is to be given to every worker so that they can do the job and then come out. Why is this important? This is important because as lay people, we have to help the whole system to galvanize them. We have to understand that if we have any resources, if we have hoarded N95 masks, give them back. You don't require them. If there's any way you want to donate something, donate to a person who can reliably get this PPE to health workers. If you want to convince people about your efforts as volunteers and so on, tell them I'm willing to come to the forefront to educate people so that they do the right thing. And lastly, avoid people from misusing this valuable source. Also, each one of us petitions the government. If we petition the government and worldwide people who are policy planners, they will help to increase the whole supply. Also, there's a whole industry which is trying to manufacture them and trying to do everything to get them to us. These industries need to be galvanized. The leaders of these industries need to be told by both the systems and lay people that we need to give them at excellent quality, reasonable cost and a rapid delivery fashion to get them there. So though it seems to be a problem of the healthcare professional, for us lay people to survive, we have to give our soldiers the right equipment. It is just like an army situation. Just because the army goes to war, it doesn't mean that we don't support them, we don't talk about them, we don't encourage them, and we do everything in our power to understand what they require and help them, whether it is just psychological support, logistic support, volunteer support, monetary support, or mobilizing the entire policy makers that we as a country are standing behind these people. You should look out for them and make sure that they are equipped with the right equipment to get the job done.